Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me again today. So I want to go over with you how I have implemented some of Jay Shetty's ideas, some of his teachings that were in his book, Think Like a Monk. If you didn't get a chance to look at my review of his book, part one, part two, and part three has already been uploaded. Please go ahead and just check it out. There is a lot of knowledge in his book, Think Like a Monk. So I just want to take you through a few of the things that I've learned from the book and that I've implemented, and just to go over some ideas with you that may be beneficial for you as well. Okay, so let's get started. So, one of the first things from the teachings of the book that I have implemented is to build a routine. So, building a routine for me, what it looks like for me may look differently for you, included getting up earlier in the morning, such as instead of getting up at 7:15, um, and starting work at 7:30 a.m. because I work from home, I've decided to get up 1 hour earlier. So that 1 hour time block has given me an opportunity to do so much of what I wanted to do. So what I spend that 1 hour to do in the mornings is I may review my calendar, I may make adjustments to my calendar, I may do some exercise if that's the day that I need to exercise. I may do some meditation if that's the day I put aside to do my meditation. I may do some reading or even get prepared for this video, for example. So that morning routine that I've implemented is helping me a lot to be more organized. Um, because if you have these grand plans of these things that you want to do and you don't put time in your day to get those done, they won't get done because you haven't blocked off that specific time for those activities. So building that routine by putting in an actual time blocks or putting in time blocks that I put aside for these specific activities that I want to do. Okay, so another thing that I have incorporated, which I mentioned into my time block, is meditating. Now, I call it Judy's meditation because, I'm learning, just like some of you may already be doing, learning how to meditate and learning how to do breath work. It's so important for us to take time to de-stress and take time to look within ourselves and to be calm. It helps you to be more present in general, and it helps you to be more mindful. So I have incorporated that as much as I can. I go back into the book, and there are actual practice sections or practice activities of breath work and also visualization and meditation techniques that Jay is included in the book so that you can actually practice those things from what he's included in his book. So that's point number two. I've included meditation that I've taken away from Jay Shetty's book. I've also included stretching. And stretching, I don't think of stretching as exercising, although some people do look at it that way. But for me, stretching is just making sure that I maintain flexibility. It helps with decreasing injury to your body, and it's just a really calming time that I spend, while I'm breathing. Sometimes I'm stretching and making sure that I'm ready for the day. I also stretch periodically throughout the day, to be honest with you. My main job requires a lot of sitting. So sometimes I'll stand at my desk and I'll stretch for about 5 minutes. Sometimes when I take a little break, I walk away from my desk and I'll stretch for a little bit. Number 4 for me is working on my purpose. So in Jay Shetty's book, which is Think Like a Monk, he had a whole part that was focused on finding your purpose. And your purpose for you would be different from, necessarily wouldn't be the same as my purpose, right? So it is what you feel that you're called to do and what you can give back to your community. I've always been in some kind of an educational or mental health field. And in doing so, I know my purpose is to provide information mainly on mind, body, spirit. I'll do the research and I'll provide the information to you. So part of my purpose in getting that information out is this YouTube channel that I've started. And that will require me to do a lot of reading, a lot of research. And so that is me working on my purpose. There are also other ways that I work on my purpose in my community. But one of those things I've implemented because of the book is working on my purpose. It is a fluid thing where you're always doing something. It changes. You may have to go down a different road or take a different path, but working towards your purpose or working on your purpose is very important. So another way that I've incorporated what I've learned in the Jay Shetty book, Think Like a Monk, is to be more mindful in my daily life. And one of the ways I am being more mindful is just being more attentive. So paying attention to what you're doing in the moment. So it could be brushing your teeth. It could be having a conversation. It could be eating. It could be cooking. Just be more attentive as to what you're doing at the moment and not focusing on what you're doing or going to do an hour from now or next week. It takes a lot of practice, but that's one thing that I've decided to work on, is to be more mindful. And the breath work that you do, the meditation that you do also helps you to be more mindful throughout your day. So one of the other things, this is the final thing, number 6, and I haven't even gone through the numbers, but I will at the end. So one of the final things that I have incorporated is to journal. So I started a new journal, and let me show you guys. And it was not that expensive. It's just a regular journal that I think I got from Marshall's or TJ Maxx, and it came with the pen. It's cute, it has butterflies on it. And what I've decided to do is to journal, and this will help me in being more focused. This will help me be more mindful, but mainly I am journaling to be more thankful and to be grateful. So that is something that I've incorporated to help me to be more thankful and to be more grateful. So these are the strategies that I've incorporated in my daily routine, in my daily life, just to help me reach my purpose. So like I mentioned previously, you may have a plan, you may have a goal, but these are the things that you can do to help you take steps towards that goal. One of the most important thing out of all that I've actually just mentioned, I think, is during time blocks, putting aside specific time in your day for a specific activity. So if you know you want to journal every morning, then you may need 15 extra minutes in the morning. So you need to put that in your daily routine, and you need to put that on in your schedule, and it needs to be a blocked out time to meet your goal when you have times put aside for those activities. And don't be wasteful on your time, because really you're just going to get up, You're just going to do it. And with practice, you will get better. Like I said, I do Judy's meditation. So, um, we're all working here and we're all trying our best. So that's it for now. I thank you so much for watching. And hopefully you learned something. If you could please go back and check out my previous videos on the book, Think Like a Monk. I've gone over part 1, part 2, and part 3. It will help you to understand why I chose to incorporate those things or those strategies in my daily routine, just in life in general, towards working towards that purpose. Okay? Thank you so much for the good of the group.